All right. So welcome everyone to this AMA, the April Fool's AMA. So we'll be discussing a couple topics now. First of all, Certik, it's been going excellent. We already submitted all the code, made the payments and all that. We should have a link between today and tomorrow, and that will be posted under announcements. Once we have that link, we'll make it public and you guys can see the progress of the audit. They say we can get the code, the first report back to us, the private report, by 2 weeks. I think in 2 weeks, yeah. So in 2 weeks we can get the first report. We fix any issues they found, and then we resubmit, and then so it shouldn't be long before we have the Certik audit completed. It was faster than expected. So let's see how it goes, but we'll keep you guys updated and just wait for the link that will be posted in announcements once we have it. Okay. So we did the marketplace update. I think Vish can talk a little bit more about that.
Yes, sir. So yeah, we rolled out the first of several upgrades, many more to come. And as time goes by, we made some under the hood improvements. We didn't really make a lot of visible changes, but a lot under the hood. And as always, we're trying to deliver as much as possible for the community and for the ecosystem. There's more coming. Next week, we're adding more functionality to our DApp. And yeah, should be exciting. An exciting week coming.
Yeah,
that's about it.
That's awesome. Yeah. We've been hearing your feedback, and it's a lot faster and it's more responsive. So that's pretty good. Thank you guys for your patience with all that. We will be doing the mobile. I think did you mention that? Sorry.
Yeah. So the mobile UI is going to be happening in a week or two from now. Yeah. But yeah, that's just coming as it will be partially upgraded as we go along.
Exactly. Awesome. We've been working under the hood with other utilities and stuff like that, and those announcements should be out very soon. They're very exciting. The whole team is excited. Someone said really quickly, 2 weeks from which day? When did you send the contract? So yeah, 2 weeks from today, we'll have the first report. That doesn't mean the audit is complete. It's just the first report of what they see. So we're looking, I don't know, maybe 2 weeks to a month from now for launch.
Okay. Yeah, it was 12th of April, the day they were going to get back to us.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry about that. Okay, now we can move on to basically the white paper is being updated right now. Let me just push this change. Should be up soon. We now need to talk about token distribution, how the VALI token has been programmed. So we decided to do one of the issues from protocols face is that they don't plan for future for future utility in more than a year or something. So they make a contract that has either too few or too many tokens, which then leads them to having to migrate the token or create a version 2 of the token. So we wanted to get rid of all that. That's why the VALI token will have a max supply of 5 million tokens. Again, this does not affect price. What affects price is circulating supply. So the good thing about it, which I mentioned in the last AMA a little bit, is that we found a way to make sure that circulating supply is actually just wallets outside of the ecosystem. So any wallet owned by ValiFi is not added to the circulating supply, like wallets for rewards, right? All those wallets don't count towards circulating supply, so it doesn't negatively impact price. And the way we have this set up is there's a total supply of 5 million, which basically removes the need for any future migration, because this is a good amount that we can expand on with more token and with more token utility and protocol utility. This is a safe amount to have. The reward pool will be loaded with 1 million VALI at launch, and then 2.5 million will be vested over 24 months. Again, this doesn't affect price because it's just going to the reward pool. So you got to remember that the reward pool is basically how all the values are going to be entering the market. Like people claim from the yield boxes, and that's how value becomes available in the market. This creates a really big runway in the reward pool, so it doesn't dry out. And then liquidity, we're going to do 100K in Valley and $4 million in stablecoin. So the price at launch will be $40. I know this is a little bit lower than our expected value from 50 to 75, but we found that the more money that we're able to provide to liquidity, the more stable the price will be at launch and even years after. So that's why we want to provide as much liquidity as possible. And again, what's holding us back is the dollar amount. So that's why we did $4 million, which is incredibly high compared to other projects. Like most projects launch with $700,000. We're launching with $4 million in liquidity. And then we have another fund for future liquidity, which doesn't come into play, but after 3 months, it starts vesting over 24 months, 1.2 million tokens, and that just goes into a wallet that's purely for liquidity. So we can keep adding more liquidity over time if we need it. And then there's going to be a pre-sale. I know we had mentioned that we weren't going to have tokens available in the pre-sale, but we will. It's just going to be a very small quantity of tokens, only 100K Valley for pre-sale events, and we will talk about the launch events a little bit later in the AMA. But basically, we are going to sell them. The first event will have a $25 Valley for the people who legendary keys, and then another really, really small event that's going to be a pre-sale round 2 that comes 4 days prior to launch, and that will be at $40 the Valley. So it's the same as launch, but you will most likely will never be able to purchase Valley at $40 at launch because the price is just gonna skyrocket. We are moving our advertising a little bit more down the line, more closer to launch, so we can build that hype during launch. And even like the day of launch, we'll have like major YouTubers announcing ValiFi. So that's gonna push more the buying pressure after launch, and it's really gonna capture everyone and bring everyone in. So your yield keys will go up in value after launch and all that. So yeah, the breakdown of this is in the white paper. I know it's kind of hard to like listen and just picture it. So it's all in the white paper. You guys can go now and check it out. It's under ValiFi Tokenomics, the back end. And if you scroll down all the way down, you should be able to see all the explanations and everything we like about talking about circulating supply, like how does that affect the price, and what we were able to do in our protocol so that whatever ValiFi holds in its treasury and its reward pool and everything doesn't affect circulating supply, which doesn't affect the price of the token, which is extremely smart. Okay. So moving on, we will be moving on to the anti-token manipulation system. This is our taxing system that we were talking about, but we can't really say tax because it's not legally good to say that. So we're calling it anti-token manipulation system. This is the system that we were talking that prevents basically day trading, sniping bots, pump and dumps from big whales, or any trading happening on Valley that doesn't feed the ecosystem, right? So if you guys take a look at the white paper, there's an example there. So if you buy Valley and you sell Valley, you'll be hit with an 80% penalty. If you buy Valley, you build yield boxes, and those yield boxes make you Valley, then that Valley will not trigger the system, which means you're able to sell them without any fees. So anything people make in ValiFi from their yield boxes will not be taxed. There's no taxes. We promised that, and we're delivering on that because we said your money is your money, right? No one should be taking a cut of what you can claim and sell. So this is how it's being worked. So any money you win on ValiFi, let's say you play the lottery later on and you win 10 Valley, you can sell those 10 Valley without the 80% tax. Now, for those people who want to hold the token, just hold it because some people like to invest and hold. The first year will be 80%, but then after that, it's 10% tax for any sales. So you can hold the token, the Valley token, for over a year, and then when you sell it, it's 10% only instead of 80%. So this really prevents any pump and dumps, any whales. And I want to make this, information public. We'll be writing more Medium articles about this because I don't want anyone complaining about this system. Like, you should really do your own research before you invest into a token. So this needs to be out there that people know that this is a system that's on here. There shouldn't be, no one should be using sniping bots on VALI because you will lose your money. No one should be pumping and dumping the token. You will lose your money. So this creates a very stable and more manageable token that the treasury can really manage the price and keep it trending upwards. So that's the whole point of this, to avoid any volatility from outside players who just want to play around with the VALI token. So we're getting rid of all that with this system. It's pretty good. And lastly, we'll be talking about the launch events. So we're going to have 2 launch events, right? We said the pre-sale for legendary key holders, which is you can buy, and that's the second tab from on the white paper. You can see the little infographic there. You can buy up to 10 yield boxes at $250 each. On top of that, there will be a small allocation of 20,000 VALI at $25 each. And then we're going to give away, we're going to have like different forms of winning, but it's going to be 250 spots for the whitelisted pre-sale round 2. So basically people can come in, 250 people will be able to come into the system, buy regular yield keys, just the 4, the 6, or the 8, and they purchase them for regular price, and then they're guaranteed the yield box price of 400, which is the same as launch, but obviously when you go build yield boxes at launch, the price will obviously go up. So you're most likely never gonna get a yield box for $400 at launch. So this guarantees the price of 400, and there will be an allocation of 80,000 VALI at $40 VALI. So that money is all gonna be used for liquidity. So if we can even provide more liquidity, that will be better. Just to make the price, the token more stable over time. So that's basically the 2 events that we're gonna have. Again, one is 2 weeks. The one that very, very limited, 250 people coming in. We'll be doing giveaways and whitelist contests and stuff like that to actually engage more of the people and bring more hype to the project, and people can win the chance to buy the yield boxes at 400. So those are the 2 events that we're going to be hosting, and I'm pretty sure that's it. So I guess we can request people to come up. I don't know if anyone has any questions in the live chat.
We can bring Sharo in if you want.
1 second. Someone's saying, hot damn, 80% for a year. Yeah. So we really want to minimize people playing around with VALI. I don't want any whales coming in, pumping and dumping the price. So that's why it's 80% over a year. We believe, obviously, that ValiFi is going to be here over decades. So 1 year, if you look at it long-term investing, it's not much. Yeah, so this will prevent all bots, all sniping bots, like the code that we're using, which is from a library that another project used, they were able to stop $280,000. So the bots, the sniping bots, they lost $280,000. Once we have the number that we made them lose, we will publish that. Obviously, all that money gets burned. You don't keep it, but it's making them lose money. So please do not use sniping bots on VALI token, because you will burn. So the circulating supply will be how much is out there in the public, right? At launch, if we sell the 100,000 tokens, it will only be 100,000, and then that will grow as time goes by, because when you claim, it takes it out of the reward pool and it puts it in your wallet. So that makes a circulating supply. That increases the circulating supply. And then what happens is the opposite too. So when people buy yield boxes, what the beauty of this system is, when people buy yield boxes, the 5 VALI that you put into the system, right, for liquidity and for the reward pool, that gets taken out of circulation. So it's sort of like a burn, but it sends it to the reward pool. So it just lowers the circulating supply, which is pretty good. No. Legendary key holders can buy 10 yield boxes at 250. That's what it is. Yeah. Yeah, please look at the graph there, the ValiFi launch event. It explains everything. You as legendary key holders, you still have your 250 yield box. It will be paid in stablecoin. I'm not sure which one is, but it's going to be stablecoin. And then this other event is for new people. So new people that win the whitelist spots, which is only going to be 250. Yeah. So legendary key holders, you still have everything. You still have your 2 weeks. Everything's good, except now we're adding that you can buy $25 Valley. So you can add coins on top of that if you choose. And whatever doesn't get used from that event is going to be burned. So it's even better. All right, I guess we can start bringing people in. Let's get Cheryl. Hey Cheryl, how are you?
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, hi, welcome.
Yeah, first of all, I just want to shout out a few guys about this system. The system is very important for the ecosystem because it will keep the price healthy, keep the project healthy, so nobody will gonna freak out about those. Because I have really literally watched a couple of launches and it was like a nightmare. This is number one. Number two, but I hope you get succeeded, guys, with this. I don't know how you wrote the smart contract, but I hope that this is gonna be the case. But this is very good. The second
Yeah, it's
question.
been tested. Don't worry.
Awesome. Second question is for the pre-sale round two. I believe that this is happening only for those 250 people who got whitelisted. However, I believe that also those money goes to the yield box and not to the token, so they can't sell on the launch, right?
The money that they sorry,
No, I
what?
said the pre-sale for round two, the token. You said that will be sellable at $40. That money.
No, it's going to be buyable at 40.
Sorry.
You can in pre-sale round 2 you can buy tokens at $40.
Right. So my question is, let's say I bought on pre-sale at 40. I'm allowed to sell it at launch?
No. Well, no, because they're going to be, I think, half vested. I'm not too sure how long is the period, but I think it's 1 day. The first day you get half, and then the other, like 7 days later, you get the other half. I will clarify that with you. And then you also have the 80% tax, so that's going to be there.
Yeah, but
you can sell, but you will be hit with the 80% tax.
Exactly. So this is my question. So then, okay, so maybe after a week or so, then they're gonna be vested if the guys choose to sell and not to choose to create the yield key, right? The yield box.
Well, they're going to be hit with the 80% tax because the 80% tax grabs every coin that is out in the market. That if you try to sell it, it will charge you the 80% tax. So the coins that you buy in pre-sale will be with it needs to have like a warning that says, this is for long-term hold or to build yield boxes, because if you try to sell them within a year, you will be hit with the 80% tax.
That's great. That's what I wanted to hear.
Yeah.
And then let's say I created the. I'm just trying to think about. So now, before also you sell the token, the guys, whoever want to buy those pre-sale round two, they have to hold yield key, but not the legendary one, but they have to have yield key like 2 or 4 or 8, right?
Yeah, so the 250 people are gonna come in 4 days prior to launch, and they're gonna buy yield keys, regular yield keys. They get either a 4, a 6, or an 8, and then when they hop 2 days prior to launch is when you can buy your yield boxes, and that it's determined by the type of yield key that you have. So if you have 4, you can only buy 4 at 400. If you have 6, you can buy 6. So it just determines on which one you got.
Holding the yield key is mandatory for the pre-seller.
For the pre-sale, yes.
Just wanted to make sure that now that's a good news for the legendary keys holder, I guess. That's will.
Yes. Yeah. And yeah, someone quickly mentioned, so you can only skip the 80% tax by by selling from the DApp. Yes
Yeah.
and no. So the 80% tax is skipped if it's money that comes from the system. So if you buy VALI, which the main purpose of the VALI token is to be used in the ecosystem. So if you buy VALI and you create your yield boxes and you start making, I don't know, 50 VALI per day or whatever you have, you can sell those without any fees, any 80%. So that's how it works. So it depends where that money's coming from. So if it's coming from you buying on Trader Joe and selling, you will be hit with a tax. If it comes from a reward pool, then you will not be hitting your tax. Similar to the lottery. So if you win the lottery, right? You play the lottery, you win 100 VALI. You can sell those 100 VALI without any issues because it's coming from our reward pool. So yeah, just want to make that clear for people. But
That's
yeah,
great.
yeah, we have a graphic, an infographic that we put on the white paper, and Salim has posted it on the AMA live chat that really breaks down the two events. But yeah, you can see it there.
You just answered my question. If the
Awesome.
money coming from the rewards pool, that's how you go. That's the if statement on your side, which is great.
Yes.
The last two questions. Sorry for my consecutive questions, but maybe my question hopefully will make things clear for the listeners.
Yeah.
For you said that at launch there is 100,000 token that only available to be traded, and that's it. And the other one, let's say the other token that gonna come from the rewards pool are the one gonna decide it from gonna be decided and gonna be circulated. So let's say I'm just putting an hypothesis here. Let's say those 100,000 token sold in the first week, or let's say in 2 weeks. Just putting some criteria here.
Yeah.
Then nobody can buy the token unless somebody sell it, right?
That's why we have liquidity. That's why we have added the tokens and liquidity. So it's gonna the way it's gonna be with liquidity and also with help from the treasury. So in the treasury, because if people just start buying and there's no sellers, obviously the price is gonna skyrocket. So the treasury has in the first day 100,000 tokens that if it needs to start selling a little bit, it can control the candle, to make it, because what we've been saying from the beginning is that we want a nice, beautiful uptrending chart. We don't want spikes.
No, I understand completely. But the question is, let's say in 2 months or 3 months, let's say 100,000 tokens sold. What's next?
In 2 months, well, people who claim from their rewards, they can sell. There's no issue with that.
And that's how this circulating supply. Okay, I got what you're saying.
Yeah, of course, because you can claim and you can sell, and there's no issue with that. You can sell day one if you make the 0.1 value in one day.
Because you have enough liquidity. But I'm talking about just an impossible scenario. Let's say the 100,000 token has already been sold, then nobody can buy until from the market when people already sold VALI. But that will be maybe impossible to happen because it kind of
and then you have the price skyrocketing, which will tell more people to sell, so more people start selling to
Great. That's a fantastic news to me.
Awesome,
keep it up. Thank you. That's it for me. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. So yeah, we're really just saying the last details that we have of our project before we actually launch. Launch is very close. So yeah, we're just sharing what we have. Days Gamer, let's go, bro.
Can you guys hear me?
How are you? Welcome.
How are you guys doing?
Good. First time, right?
First time chatting with you guys. I'm actually, I was actually one of the original people who purchased like your NFTs when they were one of the original 500.
Oh wow! Awesome.
The original was 250. So I have to check it honestly, like yeah.
Wait,
You know,
it's
my
like
apologies if I
it's
asked
cutting up.
a question.
It's cutting up a little bit. Can you move to a place with better internet?
Let me try. Let me know if that's better. If it's not, then I'll probably just disconnect and go to live chat. But I'm in another area right now, unfortunately. I'm not even at a place. But
It's
if it's
working
still
now.
breaking up, I can just okay, perfect. Yeah, so I was just curious, like, in terms of the utility of the token itself, is there gonna be any difference in terms of like how it relates to other node projects? Because I'm seeing a lot of node projects that are saying, okay, like, you know, instead of you just building nodes and then getting returns, it's like, okay, we're gonna have utility for a game, utility for something else. Like, what is your guys' game on
So we do have a lot of things planned, and I wish I could disclose them with you. But you know, we have looked into like staking, doing some type of gambling games and stuff like that. So all that combined with other things we have planned will bring more utility. I really can't share with you right now. You know, we're working hard on that, and you will know of them like very soon when we start releasing them. But
totally
it is
understand.
our goal to, yeah, it is our goal to, like, our goal, and with what we mentioned like 2 AMAs prior, is the new ecosystem, the ValiFi ecosystem that we're trying to build. The main purpose of it, it's like to build token utility and to build protocol utility, because we know that for a fact that's what's gonna keep us sustainable instead of just investments, because as we've seen, investments can fail. So we will make investments obviously in what the community wants, but we're also building utility on the side. So we don't only rely on investments, because realistically speaking, you can't just rely on investments. You need other things just
Got it.
to create more safety cushions. Yeah.
Got it. And I was curious, how are you guys going to be able to know who actually bought Valley, and like if you're going to be able to tax or not? I mean, wouldn't that involve needing two separate tokens? They're having one wrapped and the other one not. Like, how's that even possible?
Wait, sorry. Can you repeat that? It cut off a little bit.
Oh, sure. So how
Just like
can
the first
you?
part.
Yeah, like how can you figure out who to tax? Like what has been earned in Valley from a YieldBox versus what was bought just like through like the marketplace? Because you guys said there's 80% tax. If you buy, you know, if you just
Yeah.
try to like dump it, it's not earned. How are you guys even able to tell the difference? Is it different? Is like as a wrapped version? How are you guys able to tell? Does it yield from the YieldBox if you actually a slightly different type? Or can you explain that a little bit more?
Yeah, it's slightly complicated, but basically the way it does it, it knows that your wallet claimed X amount, and it creates a tax exemption in your wallet. And then when you go sell, you have no issue. So that's how it does it. So it knows it comes from our reward pool. From any other pool or any other place, then you will be taxed, which like Trader Joe. So when it comes from our reward pool, it creates that tax exemption and attaches it to your wallet. And then when you go sell, it verifies with the contract that you are tax exempt, and you can sell that token.
Very cool. And then I know you guys said that for the ones who had the legendary NFT, we can purchase 2 weeks prior to launch. So do we know
Yes.
like around what that date would be? Okay. And
Well,
sorry if
we
I
need to wait a little bit. Yeah, we need to wait a little bit for Certik. Again, we're gonna get our first report around August 12th. April. Sorry, April 12th. And then from there, we see what changes we need to make. We'll make them really quickly, resubmit it. They'll verify it, and then it should be out. So I'm expecting hopefully in 2 to 3 weeks, more or less, like 3 to 4, to start the pre-sale.
Perfect. And what blockchain are you guys launching?
What blockchain? Sorry.
Yeah.
We're launching on AVAX.
Which is that?
I can't really hear you, man. I'm sorry.
AVAX. Perfect. But again, I'm
If you want, you can type it. You can type it on
a
AMA.
little behind. I'm 2 months behind, so I think I'm just trying to get.
Yeah, no worries. It's really cutting off. So I don't know what you were asking. What blockchain? AVAX. I think that's what you're asking. Yeah. All right, man. Well, thank you. We'll get a crypto cowboy in here, And thank you for. If you have any questions, like if any one of you have any questions, you can DM us on Discord. You can ask them on the live chat, and we'll try to do our best to answer. So don't worry. Like if you have time to go over the white paper, you have time to read it, and then you can come back to us and ask any questions you might have. So don't worry. Crypto Cowboy, let's go, man. You need to unmute yourself. How are you?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, how are you, man? Welcome.
Hey, I appreciate it, dude. I'm pretty excited to hear about the circulating supply. I know that we were kind of discussing that in the chats with somebody yesterday. So, yeah, really excited about that. But my question, I heard you mention that rewards are going to be paid out in USD or some kind of stable coin. So when rewards are paid out, there's no claim tax. We'll take those tokens, I guess, back to Trader Joe and end up buying the Valley that we need, and then the comparative
Wait,
stable
reward
coin to buy our next YieldBox, right?
rewards from yield boxes?
Well, like if the rewards are paid out in stable coin,
The rewards are paid in Valley.
oh, they are paid in Valley.
Yeah, they're paid in Valley. So there's gonna be a button there that if you want to compound, you can compound directly. You don't need to take it out.
Oh, okay. Then I
Yeah.
misunderstood. I thought you mentioned it was going to be paid in stable coin. So, okay, well that's cool.
No. So if you have a legendary key, you will need to make the payment in stablecoin in the pre-sale. That's what requires a stablecoin. Yeah, since we don't have the Valley token out, so you can't really use it yet. So you need to use stablecoin, and then all that money will be distributed amongst the engine. It will go down the engine, and that's pretty much it. Yeah.
Okay, cool. No, I really like y'all's the setup where it's stablecoin and Valley to alleviate that sell pressure. I think that's pretty genius on y'all's part. For the whitelist, is it like say, because I know that the yield boxes that aren't being powered by a key, like if I have a legendary and I end up getting 15 boxes, then I have 3 that are stagnant, but they're still accumulating some type of reward. Does that qualify you for whitelist on round 2, or are you not, because you do have some type of key?
Not in pre-sale rounds, but in future rounds, yes. After launch, yeah, you'll be entered, and we're still trying to figure out what would be the most fairest way of doing this. Whether it'll be like a raffle to anyone who has them, or we'll try to see what the numbers are. But yeah, you will be entered into the whitelist basically to be able to purchase for next round.
Gotcha. So I'm guessing that you guys have already figured out on the back end, if you're doing 100,000 Valley, how many mints of which category, like there's not going to be any leftover cards or yield keys, right? So they're all
it's all being calculated in the back, like with the percentages, because when you mint one, there's a 70% chance you get a 4, a 22 for a 6, and then an 8% chance you get an 8. So all that's being calculated to know how many yield boxes like we're able to pay out, so we know how many yield keys like it needs to be released, like the system needs to release. Yeah. It's all being,
so round 2 whitelist is just kind of it's like a floating. You guys will figure out, hey, when we need to introduce more yield keys into the system, and that's when the whitelist opportunity or just the round 2 minting opportunity will come back.
No, the round 2, the pre-sale round 2, which is 4 days prior to launch, that's happening. We will have some keys at launch for people who didn't get into the whitelist, because it's only 250 people. And basically after that, like we'll have launch day keys, and then every month from there, the protocol will basically spit out a number whether it can or cannot release more yield keys.
Gotcha. Cool, man.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I appreciate all that, dude. I'm super excited. I think this is gonna crush.
Awesome, man. Thank you for being here. All right, guys, I think that's all the questions. Someone's saying we lowered the launch price. The projection was 50 to 75, but again, it all comes down to liquidity. Like, do you want a token that's going to spike more often and be more volatile, or do you want a coin that's more like safe? again, after launch, it's gonna go up. It's gonna go above 50 for sure. So it's gonna within a matter of minutes. So or hours, I don't know. But it should go up after the first day. I don't know, much higher than 50 at least. So that's why we were like, we need to give more tokens to liquidity so that we have a more an even safer safe in terms of volatility to decrease. Can you clarify if whitelist will get legendary keys, yield keys at 250? No. So the whitelist, the 250 spots that are for whitelist, they will not be getting legendary keys. As we said, and we have mentioned every single AMA, the yield keys, the legendary yield keys are already out. We cannot mint new ones, and no new ones will come out ever again. So you guys have the ones, and that's it. And then what's gonna come out is regular yield keys for those 250 people, which is the same keys that will be available at launch. Yeah, so the someone's asking any ideas how you will determine the mint rates. So the mint rates are determined by the protocol health. If the protocol can sustain more boxes, it will release some yield keys, or if it needs more funding or something like that. It's all determined through an algorithm and everything. Like the team doesn't decide like, hey, let's wake up, let's do 1,000 or whatever number we feel like that day. That's not how this is gonna work, and that's not how it's gonna fly. So it's not determined by us. Yeah. It's determined by the protocol's health. Like, how's the protocol doing? Can it sustain? Yes. Then it tells us a number, and then we go from there. Yeah. How many keys at launch? How many keys at launch? That number will come later. But right now we have 500 keys for pre-sale round 2, and then I believe it's gonna be like 1,000 yield keys, which equates to, I don't have my numbers out here, but it should equate to like X amount of yield boxes. I don't know if anyone else wants to come up and talk. Oh, we have 2 people. Hey man, welcome.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, welcome. First time, right?
Yeah, first time up here. I've been at the AMAs, but I haven't talked much, just been a listener. So I have a couple questions, super excited. So the first question is, I have a bit of a concern, and hopefully you guys can answer through some of it, is with the yield keys and the token launching, is there any, I guess, concern on the buy pressure? Because people will have to buy the yield keys and also buy the token. Would that decrease the buy pressure, or what? Do you guys have any analysis or things you have done for that?
Yeah, so the way we thought about this is that yield keys are going to be limited, and yield keys will go up in value. So that's why we allowed people to get into the ecosystem by buying. We removed the wallet space thing for yield keys, so now people can buy yield boxes prior to get in, which creates a lower barrier of entry. And then what we're doing marketing wise, we're pushing all our big players that we were gonna do soon. We're pushing them more towards after launch. So that's what we're doing to keep buying pressure after launch, and then with utility, it compensates the rest, which utility will come down later, down the line.
Okay, cool. Awesome to hear. And my second question is coming off from what you said right before with the yield keys. You said it was from an algorithm. Is it based on like the protocol held? Is it just released that you have to be on your computer and grab it right away, or is there going to be like a set date on like, yes, we're releasing X amount of yield keys for this date, or you just have to be there when it shows that one yield key is available?
It's gonna be a specific date. Yeah, absolutely. Like this cannot be like crazy free for all. So it's gonna be a specific day. It's gonna say, okay, this day we're gonna mint. It's gonna be minting X amount, and that's it. That's how it's gonna be announced. But it won't be like out of nowhere, like, hey guys, like, it's gonna be announced basically.
Okay, cool. Those are all the questions I have, and looking forward to the launch. Thank you.
Awesome, man. Thank you. Music Toast. Wow, so many legendary key holders coming up and talking. That's amazing.
All right, can you guys hear me all right?
Yes, how are you? Welcome.
Hey, pretty good. Thanks for having me up. I'm just kind of like scanning this white paper and trying to wrap my head around it. As far as like token price, it sounds like if a token price gets too low, you've got you're going to issue buybacks and there's also a chance that if it gets too high. If I understood that right, do you guys have a range in mind for where you see this thing like kind of going back and forth, up and down? Like, or, I don't know if you can actually say that, but do you have a range in mind?
Not at the moment. We are not. That minting function is not going to be used since now we have a max supply of 5 million. We don't believe we need it, so it's not going to be used, which means it won't control. Like it's not going to create a range. That makes sense.
Oh, okay. Oh, and
Yeah, because I know
also,
you were asking, like you said, like, okay, if it goes too low, you'll buy back, but if it goes too high, you'll mint. And again, there's really no, like, if we mint, then it's gonna stay in our wallets, which it won't count for circulating supply, which means it won't affect the price. So there's really no point of minting.
okay.
Obviously, you can sell it, but the ecosystem will already have value that it has collected from multiple sources, from utility and stuff like that, to be able to combat like a really high price. Because obviously, the higher the price, the higher the barrier of entry it is for someone to come into the ecosystem. So we want to also be able to control that, but it won't be through minting.
Okay.
Yeah.
I also had a question about like just kind of like engagement with the utility. So, I mean, I'm sure like most people, I mean, I'd love to take all my tokens and sell them because, but I also want to be a part of the community and like contribute. And so, yeah, I plan to like use the lottery and whatever else you have just to kind of like, I don't know, give back or whatever. But do you have like a kind of an idea, like what would be good if everybody gave, I don't know, like 5-10% or something, like in order to just kind of keep the engine running, keep the engine turning and make sure that utility is actually useful for the protocol? Like, is there a number baked into how much we could contribute to make sure that this thing maintains, that longevity?
Well, yeah, we think that with all the protocol utility that we're going to bring in, it won't require investors to make a sacrifice. Obviously, if you want to sacrifice something, or like not sacrifice, that sounds wrong, like use token utility. And the reason why I say sacrifice is because when you go claim, there's an option to donate. So you're going to be able to donate from 0 to 100% of your rewards. So if you wanna donate 10% back to the reward pool to make this last longer, or to reinforce the protocol, then you can go ahead, but we're not requiring it. That's why there's no sales tax at the moment. Again, if we run into an issue in the future, then we will definitely have to propose a sales tax to the community, and you'll have to go like through a vote and stuff like that to approve it. So because we are community based and everything that we do has to be approved by the community. So we are prepared. We have a contingency plan for basically almost everything, all the scenarios that we could think of. And if something happens, we look at the plan and we say, okay, let's do this, do this, do this. Let's put out this poll, this vote, explain why, just to ensure that we adapt quick enough and that we can like save the ecosystem, and quote unquote.
Yeah, awesome. Well, hey, I'm really looking forward to it. Looking forward to the project. Excited.
Thank you, man.
All right.
Sorry, I think I called him off. Brujans. Sounds French, man.
Hello, can you hear me?
Very low, but yeah.
Is that better?
Yes, much better.
Okay, I just had a couple of questions. So is there a cap on how many value we can buy during the pre-sale?
We believe it's gonna be around 10 to 20 tokens per wallet, per legendary key that you hold, yeah. Because there's only a small allocation, it's only 20,000. for legendary
Okay,
things.
yep. Yep. And can
Yeah.
we, as soon as launch happens, can we immediately use those values to make more yield boxes?
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
So like day one, I can like max out my 12, I guess the additional 2 yield boxes per
Yes.
legendary key. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Also,
You will need to provide the other half in at whatever price value is at the moment in stablecoin though. That's the only
right.
thing.
Okay. One other question. This is kind of off topic, but do you guys have a video or something for storing the NFTs or I guess maybe keys inside of a ledger? Because I've been looking and I couldn't find any useful guides.
We don't have that, but we can definitely get Blade. He'll be very excited to make a video about that.
Yes, sir. Wait, what was it though? Sorry, I missed. I was answering
He,
somebody.
So
he wants
I
a
have
video. Sorry, yeah. Go ahead. You
I
can
have
explain.
okay. I want to store my NFTs in the ledger, but
Yes.
I'm kind of unsure how to do it. The videos online aren't like really useful, so I was just wondering if you had any videos or any links on this.
I'll
I'm
make one this weekend. Actually, I just bought my ledger
yeah.
too. I can make one now.
Yeah,
That's perfect.
I would suggest you connect your ledger to your MetaMask and you send it to that address. Like you open the AVAX network on the MetaMask, which is connected to your ledger. I don't know if you know how to do that. Praja.
I was looking into it, but then I was like, you need a third party wallet for the ledger, so it's not like I don't think it's actually connected to MetaMask. But that's the step I was kind of stuck on. Cause
Yeah,
like I
so
can
you create a MetaMask, but you open it. You don't need the seed phrase. Like the seed phrase, like keep it, but it doesn't really matter because it's not connected to your ledger. And then when you go to the settings and you connect ledger, connect hardware wallet, and then you click the account that you want to connect from your ledger on the MetaMask, and then it's gonna populate the MetaMask as if it was your ledger, and then you can send your NFTs to that address.
that's what I was thinking. But then on the ledger app itself, there's no like
Yeah, you
there's
won't be able to see it. Yeah,
no, I mean
you will need to use MetaMask.
there's no Avalanche like there by default. It's a third party app.
Oh no, what you use is you use the Ethereum app because MetaMask is like based in Ethereum. So you use the Ethereum app to open the MetaMask, and then from the MetaMask you add the Avalanche network to the MetaMask.
Oh, I see. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, you won't be able to see it in your ledger live, but you'll be able to see it when you connect your MetaMask to any MetaMask. When you connect your ledger to any MetaMask, you'll be able to see the NFTs and stuff like that. That's how I have it.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
But I'll explain it to Blake so he can make a video. It'll be easier.
That's great. That's great. I have a couple of people that like I join these AMAs a lot, and there's a couple of people that ask me if they know how to do it. Like me and my friends are like trying to figure this out. So that'll be really good.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Yeah, you just use the Ethereum app. Use the Ethereum app to connect it to MetaMask, and then just use MetaMask as normal, obviously under that ledger account, and that's it.
Hope the launch goes really well. All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Yeah, Blade. Do you wanna talk about the animation that we have? Because I think we didn't mention that.
Oh yeah, so we are making an animation that should be able to just give a nice recap of how pretty much all of ValiFi works. It's a quick minute-long animation. It's going to show you how. It's going to explain how you need to get a yield key to get a yield box, activate a yield box, and things like that. We should be done with the animation probably this week, coming in on maybe Tuesday or Wednesday. Should be all ready to go. As soon as you get that, we're posted to our YouTube, to our social media, and we're also posted on Discord for everybody to just share with your friends and really bring some hype out.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, it's an animation that's gonna help. It's gonna help a lot of people understand like ValiFi as a whole. So you just show, if you're trying to explain ValiFi, you just show them that animation because it's gonna explain it all pretty easy. Mm-hmm. So that's pretty interesting things. Rafa, what's up, man? Welcome. You're muted though.
Here, while I was muted, I got a quick question here by Rushmore. What would happen to the NFT marketplace during pre-sale? Like, how will people know if legendary keys have been used or not?
That we're still trying to figure. Like, we have some solutions in mind. We just need to implement one, but that will be taken care of, because obviously we don't want anyone scamming anyone, telling them like, hey, buy this NFT, even though it's already been used to purchase the 10 yield boxes. Because obviously we did fix the issue of people transferring the NFT, so it's gonna keep a database of the NFTs that have purchased, not the wallets. So we can maybe make a query so you can check if the NFT you're gonna purchase has already purchased the 10 yield keys. But there's also other types of solution, like burning and just getting a V2 that's not tradable for the moment. And we can, like, I don't know, Vish. I think that's
Yeah.
pretty good, right, Vish? Yeah. We have
Yeah.
multiple solutions, and we'll just need to implement them and let the community know. But yeah.
Guys, so Rafa T said to unmute him. I'm not sure if anybody here had muted him. I don't know how to.
No, we haven't. Let's try unmuting him.
Yeah,
I
I
think it's on
muted
his.
him and
It's on.
unmuted him.
It's on his end.
Yeah.
Also, guys, I just want to say that maybe Sid wants to say this too, is that we hit 10K followers on Twitter, and that's a pretty amazing thing. I think it's amazing. So I just want to thank the community for sharing ValiFi, supporting ValiFi, and allowing us to hit 10K followers. It's really cool.
Another thing, marketplace and royalties, we have generated over $24,300.
Yes, sir.
That's awesome.
That is
awesome.
huge number.
$25,000. That's
Pretty much.
insane.
We should be there by the end of the night. 25K.
Rafa, how are you, man? You're not muted anymore, but we can't hear you.
Maybe try moving over to your phone or your
Yeah, or
laptop
like-
whatever you want.
Fix your inputs for your mics.
Input, something like that. Someone's got to be wrong. While he's figuring that out, let's get the next person on here, right?
Yes.
Fix it. Let's get NepG.
NepG, legendary key holder, bro.
Yeah, hi there. How are you guys?
How are you? Welcome.
Thank you. Yeah, we're almost there.
Almost. We're so excited.
Yeah. No. So, the thing is, so this was my first ever NFT that I bought. It's been almost few months now. Only thing that I was like, I've been part of few other node projects, and then what I've noticed over the time of period, like of this 2-3 months, is like most of the node projects are a little bit having trouble, like maintaining interest over time. So one of the thing what I found myself is that the price factor, like I found that whenever the price factor is too high to enter the node project, people usually sigh, like they're not comfortable getting into it. So what I'm referring is, let's say for example, tomorrow the price is $100 per node per token. So anyone has to at least have $1,000 to get into it, right?
Yes.
So that is something. So what I gave the suggestion way back, but I was thinking maybe I just throw it here again. I was thinking, do you think like multiplying this by 10 times? So what I'm saying is that, let's say for example, if I'm the token price is 25 and my NFT is allowing me to have 10 nodes, will it be a good idea to make it 10 times? Like, let's say instead of 10, I would be able to mint 100, but just a multiple of 10, so that even though if the price is 5 times higher, still this is kind of in reach for general public. That's one thing that I have in mind. Second thing is, how are we planning to like keep interest of people over time? Because if you look at all the node projects, what I've seen is 5 days, 6 days, 7 days, then the price is going to go down, and then the people are not buying in. It's always selling all the time. Sorry if you have these things before, because like that was the day one when I bought NFT, then I was out of here, then again I'm back right now. Sorry.
Yeah, no worry. If you want some of the solutions that you thought about for the price being too high, you can DM me and I can take a deeper look into them, and I can ask you questions about them. But yeah, we're hoping that with we're allocating a large budget to development and to marketing. So we hope that in the future, we release new things that will like inspire interest into ValiFi. And while it's not necessary because we're going to be sustainable, you don't really need new people to come into the system, because as a whole, the system will maintain itself. So let's say people sell 1,000 tokens this month, the ValiFi engine will buy back 1,000 tokens. So we'll keep the price stable at a price we're all comfortable at, and there's no need for new people because we're not a Ponzi.
No, totally.
But yeah, by bringing new utility, by doing more marketing and stuff like that, we will keep that interest in ValiFi. You know, as we add things to the blockchain. Like this is something that I mentioned last AMA. We're trying to create new things that will add to the blockchain that no one has done before. Like there's no protocol like it. So all this will be owned by ValiFi, and then all that provides money to ValiFi. So we're creating innovative ways of it in the blockchain to generate more money.
Sure, no, that's a good thing to hear, because like most of the time, as you said, it's kind of a semi Ponzi. Directly, they won't call them Ponzi, but it's like getting
Yeah.
A giving to B, right? So
Yeah, that's how it is sometimes, and like that's one of the key things that we said while establishing ValiFi is like you need token utility, you need protocol utility, you need to make sure that there's things to do that are good with your tokens, because then it just becomes a pump and dump. Like people buy it and then they dump it because there's nothing to do. So that's something we really have been like focusing on, staying away from that, because that's not going to lead you anywhere, basically.
no, definitely. Well, hopefully this will continue to generate interest. That's the most important thing. And yeah, like if we have something, you know, like mainly, I think the money that the project should make, that's the most important thing. Otherwise,
Yeah.
it's not sustainable for sure.
And again, when ValiFi becomes like 100% sustainable and everything like it's good and we're rolling, I'm pretty sure people are just going to be attracted to a project that's sustainable by its nature. You know, people are going to be like, oh my God, let me see what's going on here. Like they solved it, they did it, you know? So that's also something we're focusing on, obviously.
Sure, yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, well, hopefully we'll know more about those investments and more about, you know, how we are going to do that, but that's okay. We'll see.
Yeah, man. Thank you for coming up, and please DM me with the idea so we can talk about it more.
Sure, no worries. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, man. All right, let's get Rafa, and then we're gonna do Dan, and that's it. Hello?
Hello, guys. Can you hear me?
Yes, finally. Welcome back.
Cool, very cool. Hey, sorry about before, but it said here that I was unmuted, but it said I needed some admin to unmute myself, so I have no idea what went on. So basically, my question is, and you might have answered this before, and I can't recall. So for us, the legendary key holders, and now that perhaps I have misheard this, you have introduced a few more yield keys to be able to buy a few boxes during pre-sale. So are we guaranteed liquidity to buy, to fill up all our legendary keys? Or is there a rush to, do I need to like, it's first in, first served basis? That's basically what I need to know. Thank you.
Yeah, so for pre-sale, we're still keeping our promise that one yield key, one legendary key can get you 10 yield boxes at 250, up to 10 yield boxes at 250. So you will still have your 2-week period to do that. What we're adding new is the purchase of tokens. So if you want to buy tokens on top of that, a $25 value, you can buy, and that will be very limited. So it's only 20,000 tokens. So that comes in. That's like a first come first serve. But your yield boxes are normal. Like you can purchase them within the 2 weeks.
I see. No, that's fine. I mean, yeah, if I have like, let's say 6 NFTs and I want to fill them all up, if I'm inside those 2 weeks, I'm guaranteed at least 10 an NFT. That's what I needed to know. Awesome.
Yes. Absolutely.
Cool. All right, man. That's all for me. And yeah, good luck with the improvements. I think I can. It's very genuine to hear you guys, having a real concern about sustainability, and now, and you are able to, in there, add our opinions on it and our recommendations as well. It's good to it's good to see that you guys listen to the community. So thanks for that, and good luck.
Yeah, man. Thank you. You know, that's been our main focus since day one, and we're here with the community. We can't do it without you guys. So thank
That's
you, man.
it. All right. All good. Thank you, man. Cheers. Bye.
Cheers. All right. Damn newbie. By the way, guys, if you have any questions and you weren't able to ask or are too afraid to come up, you can just DM us. There's no issue with that. You can ask one of our wonderful mods. Also, really quickly, Dan, 1 second. I'm just gonna say happy birthday to our wonderful mod Furious Bear. It's his birthday, so that's pretty exciting.
Happy birthday, bro!
Happy birthday!
Yeah, I don't think he's here right now, but he'll hear the recording.
You can listen to it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Newbie, what's up, man? How are you? Welcome.
Hey guys, good. Three questions. First two are really quick.
Yeah,
After launch, NFT marketplace, we're gonna be able to trade in Valley, or it's gonna stay AVAX.
I don't. Yeah, I don't think we should answer that now. Let's not answer that. Let's not answer that. We have a lot of things coming.
If you know, we're gonna keep what we have right now. Yeah,
Yep.
we're gonna keep what we have now. We'll make any updates in the future.
Okay, no worries. That just answered my question about for the legendary key holders. We don't need to buy more than we can fill worth of that 20K allotment of Valley tokens, because we can't like use Valley to buy up more NFTs on the marketplace. At least at launch, more to come.
Well, one quick thing is like when you are gonna mint new yield keys from our website, you will need Valley. So you will need 25% Valley, 75 stable, because that will send some to liquidity and the other half to the treasury.
Okay, so there's still
So you will need Valley to mint. To mint, yes.
Okay. And then my last question is on the staking mechanism. What is in place to make sure that people aren't selling NFTs, right? Then they have inactive yield boxes right before we go into whitelist. Like, how do you have a plan to manage that so it's only like truly new people coming into the protocol that are going to whitelist to get keys if they're staking their yield boxes, or what's the plan for that mechanism?
For staking yield boxes. Sorry, I'm a little bit lost.
Right. So if you don't have a yield key, this is after launch, right?
Yes.
There's currently you can't mint a yield key, let's say. But we said we were going to let people buy yield boxes and they can get 10% rewards for 60 days.
Yes.
How are we going to prevent people from gaming that system or limiting the number of yield boxes someone can make so they don't buy them thinking they can get a whitelist, and then we only minted 1,000, but there was 1,200 wallets that wanted to mint a key? I'm just not sure how that process is going to work.
Yeah, that's
maybe you can't share it yet.
Yeah, that's something we're working on. We have multiple solutions. It's just we need to implement the one that makes most sense. But that is a real concern, and we're looking into that. Because obviously, like, there might be a time where there's more people getting into the whitelist than the people than the actual number of yield keys that might happen. Someone mentioned in the comments, like, not too long ago when we announced this, they were like, that's what makes yield keys more rare, which increases the price over time. So, but we're working on a solution, so don't worry about that, and we'll announce it once we have it. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you for the info and the AMA chat today, everyone.
Thank you for coming up, man. All right, guys. So I think we have reached the end. Pretty exciting. We're very close to launch. This is crazy. So I want to thank everyone here who's been supporting us from day one. Any legendary key holders, you guys make this possible. And yeah, to our supervisors or mods, and we'll keep you guys updated with any future updates with Certik. watch out. That link should be up soon. And if you have any questions, obviously that you didn't get an answer for, or you weren't able to ask, just DM us. There's literally no issue. Our DMs are open, and we'll gladly answer the questions whenever we can. So thank you. Please, let's hop off the AMA live chat. I know I didn't say that last time. Let's go to general chat because that chat will be deleted. So yeah. But thank you guys for everything. Please read the white paper. Check it out. We worked really hard on that. So yeah. God bless every one of you. Have a happy Friday, or whatever's left of your Friday. And if it's Saturday, happy Saturday. And just have a safe weekend, guys. We'll talk soon. Thank you, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.